Hi, what's up, ladies and gentlemen, nerds and virgins, whoever's watching this, if anybody's even watching this. Just wanted to put together a quick guide to help us make some money this weekend if you're going to be rolling with me in my picks. A couple picks, a couple parlays that I'm for sure going to be putting. One of my babies that I think is going to end up making us rich this weekend. We shall see. But yeah, just a couple quick going over a couple of the fights, seeing who got the best odds, where the best place to put your money is going to be. Quick shout out to my boy Novid Ortiz. For giving me the motivation for even doing this. We've been talking about me doing this for a minute, so got to give him a shout out. Go ahead and check out all his things that he has going on, his podcast and everything like that. Without further ado, let's get into the fights. First fight that we're going to talk about is going to be the main event. I'd rather start at the main event and work my way down. With this one, we got Charles Oliveira as a favorite at minus 165, Justin Gaethje at plus 145 as the underdog. The way these odds work, if you're at Vegas or you're gambling online, however you're going to gamble, minus 165 means he's a favorite. When you see the minus, that means that he's a favorite. You see a plus, that means he's the underdog. So if it's minus 165, that means you have to bet 165 bucks to win 100 bucks. With Justin Gaethje, he's the underdog at plus 145. That means if you bet 100 bucks, you win 145 bucks. For this fight, I'm going with Justin Gaethje. I think Justin Gaethje knocks him out in the later rounds. I've seen Charles Oliveira quit before, and I think that's going to end up happening again. I don't think he's going to have the gas tank to continue with Justin Gaethje, and I see Justin Gaethje knocking him out in the later round, like I said. So you also have him at plus 145, which is pretty good odds. But I wanted a little bit of a boost, so I'm going to end up taking him with one of my parlays at plus 185 for him to win inside the distance. What this means is he has to win without going to the judges. He has to knock him out or submit him. I think he's going to knock him out. All right, we go to the co-main event. We got Rose Namajunas at minus 220, Carla Esparza at plus 180. I love going with the underdog when I'm betting, so of course I'm going with Carla Esparza again. This is a pretty close one. I can see a lot of people saying that Rose is going to win this one. She's a favorite for a reason, but I think Carla Esparza will use her wrestling, get her a little bit tired. Like I said about quitting, I've seen Rose quit, especially with the first Carla Esparza fight where she got submitted. So instead of, you could go with just the odds at plus 180 for Carla Esparza as the underdog, but I wanted to go ahead and add this as well as Carla Esparza winning inside the distance. If Rose wins, I think she could win by knocking her out. But if it goes to the decision, I think Carla Esparza is going to win it. But I would like to put this bet of Carla Esparza winning inside the distance because you're also getting a higher boost from plus 180 to plus 475. So if you were to put 100 bucks just Carla Esparza winning inside the distance, that would win you 475 bucks. I'm trying to parlay them all together to make us rich, but I'll show you that at the end. One thing I wanted to mention, I think Carla Esparza submits her. She submitted her before, and I have a feeling it's going to happen again. Carla Esparza hasn't got a submission win since then, but I think it could happen again. Going on, we go with Michael Chandler minus 410, which is a heavy favorite. Versus Tony Ferguson. I love Tony Ferguson, but I think just watching the countdown, UFC embedded, bunch of the interviews he's done thus far, I don't think his head is in the right place to continue fighting in the UFC. He's talking about going to go play baseball. He's talking about doing boxing. He's talking about Dana White. I think he's I think he's done with the UFC. This might be his last fight, I would assume. That's why I think Mike Chandler is such a heavy favorite at minus 410. What this means, as you know, you would have to bet 410 bucks if you're just picking Mike Chandler to win 100 bucks. So of course I'm going Mike Chandler. I'm also going Mike Chandler based off the points. So he would have to go to a decision and win it that way. That's kind of where the money's at for me. You can also go with Mike Chandler winning by TKO, which is kind of favorited to happen. But I think Tony Ferguson is crazy enough and hard-headed enough to stay in there and, get his ass beat for a little bit. If Ferguson wins, I could see him pulling off a submission. I think that's one of the ways he could win. But I'm going Mike Chandler off of the points. This one, when I'm betting on it on Saturday, I'm going to be sweating this one a little bit, hoping that Mike Chandler doesn't knock him out and it goes the distance, because I think Mike Chandler will win it that way. The next two, we got finishing up the main card, the pay-per-view. We got Mauricio Rua, St. Preux, got Cowboy Cerrone versus Joe Lauzon. This one, well, let's go with St. Preux first. With St. Preux, I got St. Preux winning that by knockout. I think that's going to be easy fight for him. He might win it inside, 2 rounds by knockout. So let's go to the results that I got. The second one, Cowboy Cerrone, Joe Lauzon. That one for me is going to be a coin flip. I don't know how I feel about Cerrone fighting anymore either. I love Cowboy Cerrone, but this one I'm sweating a little bit on this pick. I could see this one going either way. But I know that Cerrone did talk about his son watching him fight for the first time. So I think he might go back to that old school Cerrone and end up winning this one. With the St. Preux one, I got him winning by knockout. As you can see right there at the bottom, it's going to be plus 175. I think he's going to be too much for Mauricio. Next, we got some prelims and some early prelims. These are the ones that I want you guys to just, keep an eye out for. We got Randy Brown versus Chaos Williams. That one, I'm going with Chaos Williams. I think he just has too much for Randy Brown. I think Randy Brown has been knocked out recently, and I know Chaos has, some heavy hands. So with that one, I'm also going to go ahead and put him as a TKO. You do got good odds on this one anyway. So if you're, minus 115, minus 105, this is supposed to be a close fight. I just see Chaos winning that one, by TKO. Next, we got Tracy Cortez versus Melissa Gatto. This one, Melissa's the underdog. Tracy is the favorite at minus 165. As hot as Tracy Cortez is, I'm not going with her on this one. I'm going with Melissa Gatto. I actually go to my results already. So I'm going with Melissa Gatto on this one. She's the underdog, and she's a better fighter. Sorry, Tracy. On the next, this I think should be on the early prelims. We got Macy versus Norma. I just think they're building up Norma too much. So I'm going to go with her. I think, they're trying to give her, fights that she could win. Kind of a boring fighter, to be honest, but she gets the job done. So this is the first parlay that I'm going to go ahead and give to you guys. This is going to be a 5-team parlay, which means is all these 5 fighters have to win in order for you to win. So you're combining all their odds, and then in the end, it gives you the overall odds. So if one of these fighters loses, whatever you bet is gone. This is going to be the 5 fights in the main card, which is why I like to do it in the main card. Like, it's 5 picks anyways. Parlays are extremely hard to hit, so don't be too confident when I'm giving you guys, but just something to think about. You guys have some extra money to throw around. So with this, if you were to pick all 5 of these, Carlos Esparza over Rose, Mike Chandler over Ferguson, Cerrone over Joe, St. Preux over Mauricio, Justin Gaethje over Charles Oliveira. If you go with all 5 of those, you put $10. That'll win you $169. If you put a $20 bet, that'll win you $338. Where I bet on is going to be on Bovada. If you have any questions about how to get in that, just let me know. All right, so for the second parlay that I'm going to go ahead and give to you guys, this one we're going to go with only 3 fighters. We're taking out some from the main event. This one we're going to go with Carlos Esparza over Rose, Mike Chandler over Ferguson, St. Preux over Mauricio. This one we're getting it at plus 370 right here. So if you put $100, you'll win your 100 back plus 370. You put $25, you win 92. This is the same. You go ahead and put 50, you win 185. This one's a little bit more simpler. The reason why I'm giving you guys this one is just so you could be a little bit more confident in your bets, and there's only 3 fights that you have to worry about. I'm taking out the Justin Gaethje Oliveira one because that's it should be a pretty close fight. And I'm also taking out the Cowboy Cerrone one because, I feel like that one's going to be a toss up. So just to have a little bit more confidence in the picks and just keep one pretty simple, this will be my 3-pick parlay. What you guys think about this one? You guys, the last one, the ones I think I'm going to put a lot of money on this one. This is my uncut gems moment, where Adam Sandler was like, "This is how I win. This is how I feel about this one." Been thinking about this one for a minute, for probably I'd say 2-3 weeks about it. The reason why I was telling you about how each fighter is going to win is because I wanted to put them all together. So I got in this parlay, all 5 have to be correct. I got Mike Chandler winning by a 3-round decision. So it means he cannot knock out Tony Ferguson or my bet is gone. I got Carla Esparza winning inside the distance at plus 475 over Rose. So if she goes to decision, this bet is off. I got Justin Gaethje winning inside the distance. So he cannot win, he cannot lose, of course, and he cannot win via decision. And I got Chaos Williams winning by TKO. And then I got St. Preux winning by TKO as well. This one, if you put $10 on this will win you 3,600. If you put $50 on this gets you 18 grand. I've never hit anything that big, but I don't know, something about this one, I just feel it. A good thing what I would do, just to play safe, I would put, $10, of course. $10 is good. If you win 3 grand off of that, if this does hit. I would play around with Carla Esparza winning inside the distance and either put Carla Esparza winning by decision or Rose winning by TKO. I don't think Rose will get the decision. I think if Rose wins, it's going to be by TKO or inside the distance. I think that would probably be like plus 200. So you'll be getting less, the odds aren't going to be as good, but, you still get some good odds. One more thing I wanted to add to it is I know Canelo's going to be fighting this weekend. He's the favorite at minus 600 to win. I don't know why. I don't know too much about boxing. That's not really my sport. But I saw that Canelo winning by TKO or KO. He's at plus 290. So I'm taking this 5 that I originally told you guys about, and I'm also adding it in Canelo by TKO for that last one. With that last one, if you add that makes it all 6. All 6 have to happen. If you have some money laying around, why not throw it at it? You could put $10. I just put just for here. This is not what I actually bet, but just to give you guys a quick estimate of like how much it would be. You put $50, 71,000, which is a miracle, of course. But I think I'm gonna roll with this. This is my Adam Sandler's Uncut Gems moment. We'll see what happens. If wherever I post this, go ahead in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. What's gonna happen? Who you guys got? Any parlays you guys are rocking with? I'll be more than welcome to discuss it. All right, guys. That'll be it. Peace.